So the city of Quesnel is on the confluence of the Fraser and Quesnel rivers in the center of British Columbia. It's a gorgeous community, but it is without question a community in transition. And I didn't time this for 20 seconds, so hopefully this one is working. If not, then, oh, it's going to work. Okay. That transition is exacerbated by this little bug called the Mountain Pine Beetle. I believe we were going to go through the transition anyway because we're over-harvesting our crown forest land base, but the Mountain Pine Beetle just brought it to a head. So as a community, we've experienced the first Mountain Pine Beetle-related closure and another one that had happened before that, and then in the early spring of 2015, adding insult to injury, we were told we were going to lose 9 doctors, all within a 3-month period of time. We're supposed to have 32 doctors for our demographics. We were operating with 23, and we were going to lose 9. Instead of pressing the panic button, though, what we decided is we were not going to do what other rural communities had done, which was go to the press, tell the horror stories, tell the sad stories, try and browbeat somebody into respond. Instead, the hospital district administrator and myself got together and we decided there were 3 criteria that we were going to use to manage this crisis forward. First, it was going to be community-based and collaborative. Second, we were going to actually try and understand what the issues were that were driving doctors out of our community. And third, there would be no press whatsoever on the front end. We would only go to the press when we had success. So when we mapped the system, all the doctors came into the room, specialists and general practitioners, and what we found was emergency room coverage was too much, including hospital rounds. They wanted, the younger doctors in particular, wanted salaried positions. They didn't want to set up a private practice. And we wanted a specialist team that would support those doctors. So we came up with an action plan, a completely new model of primary care delivery, a new clinic that hosted 8 salaried positions paid by Northern Health, and then a recruitment strategy for every kind of practitioner we needed. That was managed by a team, and we met weekly for 6 months. We now meet quarterly, made up of the Northern Health Administrator, the Chief of Staff of the hospital, the Regional District Hospital Board Chair, myself, and then sometimes the MLA's office. But I have to say, the province added not 1 cent to this initiative. We ended up in a situation, though, immediately out of the gate, that we were going to have to close our emergency room down because we didn't have enough doctors to staff it. So the city stepped up because there were 2 issues that made it easier for it to attract people. We offered them free housing, and Regency Chrysler, one of our dealerships, offered them a free car if they came to our community for 4 months. And we kept our emergency room open that way as we did our recruitment. We then got back to our recruitment strategy. We developed a red carpet program to recruit. We created a brand new primary care clinic, and we had a whole new way of delivering primary care. The red carpet program focused on the families, not the doctors. We landed the spouses, we landed the kids as much as we landed the doctors. We got them into the schools, we got them into homes, we got them into the sports programs they wanted. The new primary care clinic, state-of-the-art telemedicine, wound management, whole front-end staff, and salaried positions for the new doctors coming into our community. And it's a new model for delivering outside of the private practice. I got ahead of my slides. So, as a result of all of the strategy we put together in our recruitment strategy, we have a full-time healthcare recruiter. We've recruited 13 general practice physicians. We have 2 of them that are emergency room specialists, so they cover the bulk of our emergency room. We recruited a new surgeon, an internist, and other specialists, and we got a new nurse practitioner into our clinic. The collateral benefits we found was that the spouses also came with skill sets, and they filled vacancies we had in our community for a long time. Speech pathologists and physiotherapists in particular. And we got a greater demand on our higher-end housing, including new homes, and we got more kids in our schools. One of the key collateral benefits, though, was we understood how badly our community was branded. When we were talking to the doctors, the family was on the internet going, where the hell is Quesnel? What the heck is Gold Pan City? So that initiated with council a complete rebranding effort, and we've repositioned our community in a very meaningful way, and we'll be launching a new website in April. But the program itself rebranded us because we've now won 3 awards, provincial awards, for this program. That's repositioned us, and if you Google Quesnel now, you'll find living wage, which I'll speak about tomorrow, and doctor recruitment are the top 2 stories, not mill closures and crime rates. Yeah. Lessons learned, my council kept challenging me, this is mandate creep. And I kept saying, does it involve a sustainable community? The answer is yes, then we're doing it. That's as simple as that. The system mapping is critical. The no finger pointing and action is critical. And then the whole idea of trying to take a more holistic approach to recruitment. We now have a community asset. As a 60-year-old pseudo-athlete, my wife said, you can't compete this year until you get your tests. I had every test I needed done in my community within 2 weeks. So now we can recruit to the community. The next steps, we are now doing professional recruitment writ large, right across the board, including our major employers. We have a full-time professional recruiter. We're now working with Northern Health on mental health and addictions and seniors care. We're doing the same thing, map the system, figure out what we need to do to have the best, most robust system in our community. And this is just crass advertising for our community. This is our new brand. If you want an affordable community where you can actually own a house, your kids can actually play sports, you can have a family doctor, because we have enough family doctors for everybody, and great medical care, come to Quesnel.